Let's go to Rule 4, Unbreakable Rule 4. Stop telling them about all the stuff that you do. Stop focusing on the solution and start building the bridge. The problem that I have with the vast majority of sales and marketing efforts today is they're all one-way conversations. It's all, let me tell you what I can do. Let me tell you what I can do. And the reality is that, first off, I neither understand what you can do, going back to rule number 3. I also don't believe what you say you can do, because when you're merely just saying what you can do, you're making a claim, what we call claims-based marketing or claims-based selling. And the challenge is when you're making a claim, you're competing with every other claim out there. For example, your cell phone company doesn't drop your calls. Did you know that? Well, they keep telling us that they don't drop their calls. So when you make a claim, how am I supposed to be able to tell the difference? Building the bridge is not a telling process. It's a conversation. It's a diagnostic process. It starts off first by having an in-depth conversation and understanding the problems that your customers are having, helping them understand their problems, helping them diagnose. Through that diagnostic process, building pain gaps, and ultimately monetizing the value. Instead of telling your customer what you can do, we build a bridge from your customer's problem to our solution, to our value proposition. So it's no longer a telling process, it's a facilitation process. It's a diagnostic process that creates value. As long as you're creating value through the entire process, you are achieving that indispensability status. Now, if you master the first 4 rules, you'll see success and faster sales like you've never seen before. However, the first 4 rules bring you about 30 to 50% of the benefit of the 5 unbreakable rules. The 5th is where the power really comes in, and it's where the vast majority, again, of salespeople and marketing organizations fail to deliver. And that is monetize the value of your offering. All too often, we leave it to customers and clients to define and understand what the value of what we're going to do is. And customers don't understand that value. In an article in Harvard Business Review called Eager Sellers, Stony Buyers, the authors of the article found that there's a 9x difference between how a salesperson values something and how a buyer values the same thing, unless the salesperson goes through a monetization exercise. Think about this. What would you pay for a 4-foot by 8-foot 3/4-inch piece of plywood? Well, Home Depot sells it for $16 on their website. Well, how much would you pay for it if you lived in Florida and a Category 5 hurricane were coming tomorrow? Obviously, you'd pay a lot more. The point of this is not gouge prices. The point of it is, if you focus your offering on your plywood, on your commodity, it has limited value. The value of your commodity is limited by what other people are willing to sell it for. Hurricanes, however, which in this analogy are the results that you provide, hurricanes have unlimited value. Stop focusing on telling people how much it's worth doing business with you and start helping them to understand what's the cost of not doing business with you. As a matter of fact, you need to understand that. I have yet to have a client in an engagement that we work with them at the beginning of the engagement provide us what's the cost of not doing business with you. The more you can understand what the cost of not doing business with you is, the more you can educate your customers about that, the more valuable you are, the faster your growth. So once again, the 5 rules are: know and understand your customer better than they know and understand themselves. Focus on the results your clients desire and identify the roadblocks that they haven't adequately identified. Educate them on their problem by creating value through the sales and marketing process. Be a diagnostician. The 4th rule, stop telling them about what you do and start building the bridge. And the 5th rule is to monetize the value of your offer. Now let's talk about what you have to do in a devastating market. The 5 unbreakable rules of creating demand are what you have to do in any market. These are 7 critical actions that you must take right now if you want to get through what most economists are predicting will be an 18 to 24-month recession. And many of them are saying that it will be a significant recession, though I want to caution you that economists, be very careful when listening to economists, as they have accurately predicted 11 of the last 3 recessions. The reality is, just because an economist says that the market's going to be bad doesn't mean that it will be, but as executives in our company, we have to be prepared for it. The first action is stop focusing on improvements when transformation is necessary. Far too much effort is being spent in trying to improve an existing solution as opposed to creating a whole new solution to actually solve the problem. This is as simple as saying, are you merely providing a solution? And by the way, what's frustrating buyers today is the vast majority of sellers are providing a solution, when what they want is someone to solve their problem. As Henry Ford said, if I'd asked people what they wanted, I would have invented a faster horse instead of the car. Don't focus on improving the situation when transformation is necessary. By the way, that is the great advantage of the bad market. The great advantage is when you need to provide transformation, the risk associated with going to that transformative position is far less. When markets are good, merely improving existing solutions is enough to provide the economic reward that companies are looking for. However, in a market like today, it's no longer enough. So the risk associated is much less. This is your opportunity to transform your business. The second action is to ensure that all aspects of your go-to-market strategy are completely aligned. What is your value proposition? Here's your second action item. Ask everybody in your company, what is our promise? Allow them to submit that answer anonymously. Take a look at the answer and see how many answers did you get. If you got more than one answer, if everybody's answer is not the same, it can be worded slightly differently, but if everyone's answer is not the same, then you do not have alignment. Your value proposition is critical to the growth of your company. Your value proposition is your what? That is the result that you promise. Companies that understand that they sell their value proposition and they monetize their value proposition with their various offerings are able to succeed in the market. If the focus on your business, if the focus on your sales and marketing is on your stuff, you will be commoditized and you will not accelerate your growth in a devastating market. What is your value proposition? What is your business development strategy? Does your customer strategy, your offering strategy, your sales and marketing strategy, talent strategy, and service strategy, do they all come together in complete and total alignment behind a clearly communicated, clearly understood value proposition?